Hello and welcome to another episode of Design with Pam. Today we're not designing this card. I already have a video that designed all of this. Today we're going to be designing the card details. So let's say you want to order a cake and you see this particular cake and you click on it. We're going to take you to another page that has the details of that cake, right? Everything is made up, ingredients, amount, and all of that. Then we can tell you to like order. So this is the page we're going to create today. So let's get right into it. So just like always, the first step is to select your frame. Click F on your keyboard or come to this toolbar here and select frame and then choose your iPhone 13 mini. So I'm going to name this frame cake details. The first thing I'm going to do is to create this image section here. This image section like gives us more details or a clearer video or picture of this cake. Okay, so I'm going to take a rectangle here and I'm going to draw the rectangle in the frame. So I'm going to be going with a height of 446 is okay, because I need space to keep the details. So I'm going to right click and go to plugins here and I'm going to go to pixels to find a picture of cake. Right, so I'm just going to type cake here. I pray we find that one that we used. Alright, so for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to select any cake it is that is here. I can't find the picture that we used here before. I know I got it from pixels. Alright, so I'm going to choose any one. So let's go with this. Okay, so we're good. So the next thing is to type this whole text. I'm going to hit T on my keyboard and I am going to type classic chocolate delight. This is the font I use, this one here, and I'm going to leave it at medium. I'm going to increase it a bit because I want it to be like a bit pronounceable. I can actually make it heavy some sort. Right, this is okay. Then I'm going to duplicate this by holding on to my Option or Alt key and I'm going to drag it down with my mouse. Let me just put the amount here. So for the amount, I'm going with a font 20 because I want it to be more pronounced. So I'm just going to copy this one that I have here because I have this Naira sign here and I would like to make use of it. All right, so what next I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put on my grid line because I like designing with grid line because it helps me to have some sort of alignment. So I already have it saved on my library in my style, so I'm going to just choose this one. You can check out my video on how I showed you the layout I use for my design. So I'm going to select this, click on this first one, hold on to my shift button, click on the second one and click on shift A. I just want to I created an auto layout. Okay, so somehow, what do you think? Right, so this is my thought process. I want users to see something first. Let's say you see when you come to this page, what do I want to prioritize? Do I want to prioritize the amount or do I want to prioritize the cake? But I think best practice, we prioritize the amount, telling you the amount straight up, showing you the call to action to please buy, please add to cart, so I'm going to take a look at it again just so I know if I shouldn't reduce the font weight of this one here, just like I have here. So I'm going to go and preview here. All right, I think I'll stick with it like this. So I'm going to click on T on my keyboard and I'm going to drag a text box here. I'll just copy this whole thing that I have here and I'll go back and draw my text box. All right, so what I used here now, I used this color. This is the color I used for this side and I left it at heavy and 12. The font is 12, same Aviner that I use here. So the thing is, because I imagine I change the color, this color now, imagine I change this to black. Now it's everywhere. What do you think the user is going to focus on first? Because they're both there in the user's face. So we kind of use font weight, font size to prioritize, and font color to prioritize what users should look out first, then the second thing they're going to see or they're supposed to pay attention to, and all of that. So that is the reason why I chose that color, right? So I'm going to select this one, hold on to my shift, select the second one, and add an auto layout. So I'm going to give it a spacing of just 12. So the spacing between this and where my image is, I should make it a 24. I want it to be a 24. Perfect. All right, so the next thing I want to tell them the ingredient that I use. So I'm going to type ingredient, but I'm not making this one and a heavy. I'm leaving it at medium, and I'm using a font for 14. But since I made this one heavy, I think I should go ahead and make this one heavy too. However, I want to change the color because it seems as if it's too loud, because it's a like complete black. I have this color that I use here, black blue. I think it's a bit mild. That is what I should use. I'm going to give you the color code now. Let me detach the style here. So this is the color code for this one. All right, sits well. So the next thing is I'm going to type all these ingredients that I put up here. We have cocoa powder. All right, so for this one, I'm just going to leave the font weight to be Roman, and the font, yes, the font 2 should be 14, size 14. I'm going to duplicate and also tell you that we added baking soda, just so you know. Right, then I'm also going to tell you that we added vanilla extract, vanilla, and we added some eggs. So I'm just going to use this tiny shape that I created here just to add a bit of, to make you know that they're different things, like not the same word. So I'm going to hold on to shift. I clicked on O on my keyboard just to get this tool, this shape here, and I'm going to hold on to shift on my keyboard, and I'm going to drag this. All right, so I'm going to be using this color here. This is the color yellow for test. I think it's okay. And I'm going to move this here, and I'm going to click on auto layout. I selected the 2 and clicked on auto layout, but the spacing might be too much. Let's make it a 4. So I'm going to, all right, so I shouldn't have typed everything. I should have just done it like this. So I'm going to copy this and paste here, do the same thing for this one. I'm going to paste this one too, just copy it, and then I am holding on to my Alt or Option key while I do this. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete the other ones, and I'm going to arrange all of this. Let's keep it here. I'm going to create an auto layout, then maybe give it a spacing of up to 18, or let's say 20. Okay, let's say 24. And I'm going to keep this one here, select the both of them, and create an auto layout. For the auto layout, let's leave it at 14. So for this one, the spacing between this and this, let's give it a 14. Right, so the spacing between these two, let's give it an 8. All right, so I'm going to create an auto layout too, and I'm going to try to center. No, I want it to come from here. Right, so for the call to action button, what I want to do something different from this. Right, so what I would like to do now, I'm going to hit R on my keyboard, and I'm going to drag a frame here. So I just want the call to action button to like be central, to be here, to be more elaborate. Right, we're going to make the height to be 44. let's try to make it a 42. All right, so I'm going to round the corner just to 8, and I'm going to change the color to this yellow color that we've used here. So this is the color, I think the same color, yes, same color. Then I'm going to just chuck in my text here, click T and just type order now. So there are different ways for you to achieve your call to action button, right? But I want to make use of this style, so I make it heavy and I change it to a white. I think 14 is great. No, let's leave it at 16. I'm going to select the boats, make sure I center it, and just maybe create a frame around it. All right, I think we're good. Now this is what we have. So if you want to preview what you've designed, just come here and you can either preview it, so you're going to be looking at the screen while you're designing like this, or you can click here, click preview itself, and then you have it on a separate page and you can preview what you have designed so far. So let me work on the spacing here. So between these two, let's give it a 16. All right, so far so good. I think we have done a good job. All right, great. So let's change the color, the side. Okay, yes, great. So I just increased the spacing between this one and this one. So if you select this one and select shift on your keyboard, select the both of them, you get to see the spacing that you have between both of them. So having like a set of a defined spacing system, right, it helps with your design to be neat and as if it's well aligned. So that's like one of the secrets to having a neat design, just like what you have here. All right, so if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, this is me, and you can send me your designs, send the Figma link to me on my YouTube at Pamela Designer. I can review and provide more feedback for you. All right, so thank you for watching and see you next tutorial.